You were tapping on my head. Is there something that I didn't do right? Something that I need to know, something that I need to write. You were tapping in the nighttime, tapping all day long. Maybe you just wanna hear a sweet song. Do you want me to sing again? You were tapping on my heart. Tell me, what is the plan? Tell me how to heal my mind. Tell me how to walk this land. You were tapping in the nighttime, tapping all day long. Maybe I am the voice of freedom. Am I the voice of so many men and women and children who love one another, men and women and children who sing for the rivers, men and women and children who sing for the mountains, men and women and children who sing for the hungry, men, women and children who sing for the dead, men, women and children who sing for all people. I sing for all people. I sing for Gaza and Israel and Palestine and Angola and Sudan. I sing for America. I sing for America. You were tapping on my head. Must be something that I'm doing right, but more that I need to know, more that I need to write. You were tapping in the nighttime, tapping all day long. Maybe you just wanna hear a sweet song. Do you just want me to live again, live again, live again, live again, live again, heal again? Maybe you just wanna hear a sweet song. Do you want me to heal again, live again, love again, be again, heal again? Heal the world, love the world, feed the world, You were tapping on my head. Yes, and so it is.
So open up your hearts and open up your mind to receive the message that you're going to receive today. We have a powerful, powerful speaker in consciousness, a guiding light in our community, but not only the community, she's a guiding light out there in the world. Let's welcome Reverend Brenda Lambert.
Hello, family. Hey, family online. I love you all. Thank you. I can feel, even if you're not here, even if you're just online, there is something magical happening. There's an opening of the heart that is happening here. And it's wonderful, isn't it? Yes, yes, yes. I feel so blessed every time I walk into this place. Every time I see one of your faces outside of this place. You are my family. And I thank you. I thank you for seeing me. I see you. That's what makes us so good together. My talk title is, you going to move this for me? Yes, ma'am. Thank you. My talk title today is The Ripple Effect of Kindness. And I am working with the book, The Power of Kindness, The Unexpected Benefits of Leading a Compassionate Life by Piero Ferrucci. We are all gathered here today from different traditions. But every single spiritual path, every sacred text, every ancestral teaching has a deep root in the same soil. Compassion is the essential ingredient of the soul. My Christian sisters and brothers know it as agape love. My Jewish kin know it as tikkun olam. Got that right? The holy work of repairing a broken world. My Muslim family calls it Rahmah, mercy and compassion from the Almighty. Our Buddhist and Hindu friends speak of Karuna and Daya, the deep empathy that compels us to act. See, kindness isn't just Christian or Muslim or Buddhist. It's given to us by the divine source, by the Great Spirit, by whatever name you call the goodness that holds us all. The ancient philosopher and strategist Sun Tzu observed, in the midst of chaos, there is opportunity. Now, I want to get real with you about chaos. See, chaos isn't just a blimp on the screen of your life. It's a complete disruption of the familiar. It comes through like a sledgehammer, creating disorganization, disorder, and confusion. Chaos can't be ignored and won't just go away. It can make you question yourself, your faith, make you doubt the possibilities that something greater is ever going to happen, and have you seriously thinking about surrendering. It threatens to rule over and reign over your life. It's that unexpected diagnosis, the betrayal that you didn't see coming. Chaos is that overwhelming financial challenge, the child that just keeps acting up, those recurring family patterns like addiction and illness. Chaos is that issue with your boss or coworker that threatens your livelihood. Chaos can look like unhealed trauma, self-sabotage, and all hell breaking loose. Chaos can be a change in public policy or a governmental shutdown. When Ernest Holmes, the founder of Science of Mind, said, "There is a power for good, and you can use it," could he have meant for such a time as this? See, this profound truth that there is also opportunity assures us that if we are looking rightly, where there appears to be an unpredictable future, there is also a chance for progress, to succeed, to achieve a vision. See, the word opportunity means right in the condition, while things appear to be falling apart, right at even the 11th hour. If you can look up, if you can elevate your perception, if you can climb the stair ladder of consciousness, you will see an opening for a greater, higher, richer, and freer expression of life seeking to emerge. So the question is it possible that the appearance of chaos is actually the gateway for change? That it's actually the key to unlock a paradigm shift? That the catalyst is the catalyst needed for a quantum leap and transformation? Let me share a story with you. It's called the antique clock. To the untrained eye, the old clock was a dusty, unremarkable piece of furniture. It sat in the corner of a dimly lit antique shop, its dark cherry wood chipped and scratched. The glass over its face was cracked, and the hands were frozen at an odd time. A young couple, Aiden and Harper, browsed the shop, more amused by the clutter than seriously looking to buy anything. "Look at that old thing," Aiden said, running a finger over a layer of grime. "It's a wonder it hasn't fallen apart completely." Harper nodded, seeing only junk that wouldn't fit into their modern apartment. They moved on, their eyes passing over the piece without a second thought. Later that afternoon, a woman with a magnifying glass suspended on a chain around her neck entered the shop. She was a horologist, a trained clock expert named Evelyn, and she walked with a practiced, methodical pace. Her eyes, unlike the couple's, didn't scan the room randomly. They searched for patterns, for subtle clues that others might miss. Her gaze fell upon the derelict clock. Where Aiden and Harper saw a broken, worthless object, Evelyn saw a story. Her trained eye registered the precise type of wood, a specific cut of cherry used by cabinet makers in the early 18th century. She noted the unique craftsmanship of the scroll work at the top, a detail associated with the particular workshop in Philadelphia. She peered closer at the clock face and saw that the crack was not random, but an impact mark consistent with a small, sharp object falling on it. The hands weren't just frozen, they were set in a specific position, a detail that suggested they had been carefully placed, not just stopped. Evelyn's investigation went further. She opened the back panel and examined the mechanism. While some of the gears were rusted, she could see the distinct markings of a master clockmaker who had only produced a handful of clocks. To her, the clock wasn't just a physical object, but a historical artifact, a rare piece of American horology with a known lineage. She approached the shop owner, who was surprised by her intense interest. "Most people just think it's junk," he admitted. "It's a genuine Simon Willard," she said. She told him barely in a whisper. One of the early apprentices must have made the casing. The shop owner's eyes widened. The trained eye of the horologist had seen not a worthless antique, but a piece of history, rich with detail and value, that was completely invisible to those who lacked the expertise. Evelyn purchased the clock, knowing that with careful restoration, she could bring the masterpiece back to life, all because she saw beyond the surface. And so as we begin, let us use our trained eyes to capture this opportunity and create an expansive vision of a world of inclusion. Anthropologist Janetta Cole wrote, "Inclusion is the path to a brighter future where every voice is heard, every perspective is valued, and every person has the opportunity to thrive." This vision is not merely a courtesy. It is the starting point for the spiritual work we are now primed to undertake. See, the untrained eye will see only the chaos, the problem, the threat, because it lacks the skill and knowledge to judge what they see. To the untrained eye, most fake diamonds look real and treasures look like junk. Family, the untrained eye looks out at our political landscape and sees division, polarization, and chaos. But the trained and discerning eye can spot the treasure and act upon the opportunity. The trained eye sees the profound truth. This moment of division is not a roadblock. It is the perfect, essential opportunity to use kindness as a model for building the beloved community. As His Holiness the Dalai Lama reminds us, just as ripples send out when a single pebble is dropped into water, the actions of individuals can have far-reaching effects. Our challenge as people of faith and people of conscience is to resist the gravitational pull of othering and choose the active, expansive work of belonging. Let us commit today to harnessing the astonishing power and force of compassion. See, the trained eye sees the opportunity in othering. Othering is the human instinct to draw a line in the sand, us versus them. It's a mental shortcut that reduces a whole complex human being to a single label. Opponent, outsider, adversary. It's when we judge an entire person based only on their political banner, their chosen news source, or their cultural heritage. When we other, we are missing the mark. Ferrucci argues that true kindness is the opposite of this. He writes that kindness is an act of seeing. It requires the courage to set aside, to suspend just for a moment our protective ego and our ready-made judgments. He writes, kindness is not a soft, sentimental feeling. It is a difficult, demanding virtue. This difficulty lies in setting aside our own comfortable judgments and stepping toward discomfort. It demands that we look past the label and recognize the shared vulnerability beneath it all. The moment we choose to see the human being, the person who also loves their children, the person who worries about their future, the person who carries their own quiet grief, we refuse the simplicity of othering. This conscious choice is the first and the hardest movement of the heart, transforming the chaos of division into the raw materials for sacred connection. So how do we build belonging? The ripple effect starts with the singular, courageous choice, what I call the first drop, or the internal ripple. In the context of division, when you find yourself othering, that first drop isn't a grand public declaration. It's a small, intimate, and often inconvenient act of grace. It is listening with full attention to a relative whose political views you fundamentally disagree with, without preparing your retort. It is finding a point of shared concern with a neighbor you suspected voted differently than you did. It is the decision to assume good intent, even when someone's words wound you, rather than escalating the immediate conflict. The first drop of kindness breaks the stillness, both the rigidity and the stagnation of our defensive isolation. As Ferrucci teaches, the unexpected benefit of this act is the expansion of the self. Not only will acts of kindness reduce stress, lower blood pressure, increase feelings of vitality and well-being, but we grow. We grow kinder. We grow wiser when we allow ourselves the spaciousness to hold the differences. We become more whole when we seek connection, even with those labeled as the opposition. By choosing kindness, we take the first step toward genuine belonging. Ferrucci recalls a time when he was driving and a motorist suddenly cut him off in a reckless, aggressive maneuver, nearly causing an accident. Ever been that? Oh yeah, his immediate automatic response was intense anger and judgment. Ever been that? Oh yeah. But he instantly categorized the driver as selfish, rude, and a threat. The epitome of othering. But instead of dwelling in the anger, he performed a deliberate act of kindness. He paused and imagined the driver's life. He pictured the person not as a driver, but as a human being. Perhaps with a frantic father, rushing to the hospital, or someone racing to an important meeting after receiving bad news, or simply a stressed worker about to lose their job. By performing this imaginative leap of empathy, he instantaneously dissolved the rigid category of aggressive motorist. The person stopped being an anonymous enemy and became a relatable human being facing difficulty. The feeling of separation dissolved, replaced by a feeling of shared vulnerability and compassion. Ferrucci observes that this simple mental act ended his hostility and brought him back to peace. Kindness, Ferrucci affirms, is an encounter, a meeting of the souls. It is an interaction, a dialogue between two existences. It is a recognition of our shared humanity that builds belonging. This grassroots work relies on the illumination of the human spirit. As the great civil rights activist Ella Baker taught, give light and the people will find the way. Our simple conscious acts of kindness are that light. Higher thinking and the beloved community. When we extend this compassion, the ripple begins its work. The person who receives your patient, non-judgmental presence is not merely tolerated, they are affirmed. And when a person feels affirmed, they are more likely to let go of their own defensiveness and in turn affirm someone else. Amelia Earhart wrote, "No kind action ever stops with itself. One kind action leads to another. Good example is followed. A single act of kindness throws out roots in all directions, and the roots spring up and make new trees." The greatest work that kindness does to others is that it makes them kind themselves. And the ripple expands, moving from a transaction of two into a vibration that strengthens the foundational fibers of our community. So you have the individual act of courage dissolving othering, the reciprocal act of empathy that creates belonging, and the collective effect of trust that builds a resilient community. This commitment to higher thinking is the necessary leap. To move beyond polarization with a thinking rooted in fear, judgment, and labeling, we must engage in that higher level of thinking. the spiritual intelligence of compassion and curiosity. This is our superpower. It moves us past intellectual agreement to lived experience. See, there is a difference between knowing a principle and understanding a principle. And it is often revealed in how we respond to challenging circumstances. When you encounter someone whose customs you don't understand, don't judge. Instead, drop a stone of curiosity. Ask a gentle question. When you hear a story that challenges everything you thought you knew, don't block the ripple. Drop a stone of humility. Listen with an open mind. When you see injustice, don't dismiss it or deny it. Drop a stone of courage. Let your ripple be a ring of protection for the vulnerable. True understanding is the compassionate choice made when appearances challenge our deep-held biases. The compassionate choice when appearances challenge our deeply held bias. Change your thinking and you change your life. We must change our thinking about one another, recognizing that the very nature of spiritual evolution is collective. As the Buddhist master Thich Nhat Hanh taught, the next Buddha will be a Sangha, a community, not an individual. Our healing will not come from a single savior or leader, but from the combined conscious work of our community. Yes, this higher thinking realized through kindness inherently builds community, transforming individual affirmation into a shared sense of safety and trust. As these ripples of grace multiply, they become a tidal force. As Robert Kennedy once said, each time a person stands up for an ideal or acts to improve the lot of others or strikes out against injustice, they send forth a tiny ripple of hope. And crossing each other from a million different centers of energy and daring, those ripples build a current that can sweep down the mightiest walls of oppression and resistance. As Albert Einstein famously said, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking when we created it. This must be a commitment to higher consciousness. This is the only path towards the beloved community, a society that is based on justice, shared dignity, and unconditional love. To support this shift, we must make kindness a daily discipline. Piero Ferrucci provides simple exercises at the back of the book that prove kindness is a muscle. These small acts, when repeated, reprogram our default response from fear to empathy, establishing new neural and spiritual pathways we require. Let us dedicate ourselves to using kindness as a powerful, nonpartisan, spiritual tool to co-create our vision of a brighter future. Let us commit to seeing the whole person, to breaking down the walls of othering, and to create a profound sense of belonging that strengthens the bedrock of our community. We are the trained eye, with the skills and the knowledge to be change agents and light bearers. We have been enabled, empowered, and equipped by Great Spirit, and we have everything we need to see and seize the opportunity. This is our season to do great things. So go forth and let the small conscious drops of your heart create an infinite expansion of light and unity, leading us all toward the beloved community. Thank you, family. And so let's breathe. Let's breathe, recognizing that right where we are is holy ground, and that our heart says yes, yes, yes. And as it already been said, the way knows the way. We simply say yes. Let it be through me. Let it be me. So knowing there's nothing forgotten or unexpected in the heart and mind of God, knowing that all is truly well, with deep thanksgiving for church today. Deep thanksgiving. I place this word into law, release it, let it go, and so it is.